Hi, this is your host Paul Michaels, and welcome to another edition of Nerd Supernova. This is our second mini podcast. We'll be discussing the Civil War trailer, as well as the newest Batman vs Superman trailer that premiered on Jimmy Kimmel. All right. Well, anyway, let's start off. Civil
What's
War.
up? I'm KJ. I'm here
Yes,
too.
KJ is also here. Anyway, KJ, what are your thoughts on Civil War trailer? You're more the Marvel fanboy. What are your thoughts from after watching it?
When I saw it, I was still just thinking. We were kind of talking about this last night.
Yeah.
That I still think that a lot of people were kind of disappointed in it because there was no Spider-Man, there was no Vision, even though they're all going to be in there. I think Spider-Man's going to be their trump card, being like they're not going to show him until right before the movie's release, or they might not even show him and have him be like the surprise, I'm here too, for anybody who didn't look up the shit online.
Yeah,
like,
but there's always leaks though too.
Yeah,
that's how Vision. So, but yeah,
still, the regular person who just goes to see it, or the girlfriend getting dragged to it, you'd be like, oh, Spider-Man's in this. But I still think that it's a good teaser trailer because you see Cap and you see Iron Man fighting each other, but you don't see any villains, the actual villains. Like Crossbones is in it.
Yeah, Crossbones and Baron Zemo.
Yeah, but you don't see them. So obviously there's a whole other storyline there to it, which who knows which way it's going to go.
The main thing if we're talking about villains, the main thing that I totally forgot about this movie is that Thunderbolt Ross is in it, and now not even in his go-to military outfit.
He doesn't. Yeah,
a
lot
of
people
suit.
didn't recognize him first because it's been a while since we saw him, and he's in a suit instead of a military uniform.
Yeah, exactly. So I can understand tremendously now why they wanted to have Hulk in this movie, because if you have Thunderbolt Ross, like, people are just going to be like, where's Mark Ruffalo? Where's Hulk? What's going on with that? But yeah, I can assume that Thunderbolt Ross sees anyone that takes Hulk on their team like
enemy.
Yeah, he sees him as just by association.
You're friendly with this guy, I hate you.
I don't like you. I'm shedding
You
my
didn't
ways.
immediately try to kill him, I hate you.
Yeah, better question, where is Betty right now? Like,
right.
What is Betty doing? I mean, they make the joke, even in Age of Ultron, that's why the system is called Veronica, that he and Stark make together, because they're making the Archie joke, Betty and Veronica, so being the only people that can control the Hulk. So, yeah, where is Betty? Did she die? Did they not bringing it up? Are they...
Did he tell her to go away?
Maybe, but then he's all like...
When he went into exile, did he be like, you need to go because I need to keep you safe?
I don't know. It'd be nice if they brought it
Dad
up.
keeping her somewhere?
I don't know, but like, I'm thinking like Rapunzel situation, but I don't know.
Mean it like that. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Is he keeping her on
as bait, maybe? Yeah, it's possible. But yeah, I don't know.
The Hulk is going to go save her now because he's all like, "Oh, Black Widow, I don't actually love you. You reminded me that I actually have a girlfriend."
I don't know. Everyone was kind of just meh about their whole relationship. So I think it'd be fine. I think it'd be fine if he goes with Betty at this point. Okay. Anyway, that aside, a lot of cool things still in the trailer. One thing that's definitely showcased, Black Panther. Yeah, that looked awesome.
Black Panther looks great.
Yeah.
And obviously there's all the memes already out there on your left with Captain America when they're running in that cart chase.
Yeah.
And Black Panther's like sprinting ahead of Captain America, and it's just like on your left.
He's got those African genes now. But
well, no, it's also the.
He's got advanced medical technology. T'Challa
is also his suit is vibranium.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well,
you know more about Black Panther than I do.
Well, the fiber of the suit is vibranium, which is Cap's shield, because all of the vibranium on the planet comes from there, and adamantium also comes from there, but they're not able to.
Yeah, pretty much they use it for everything.
That's how the country. It's one of the ways. I'm pretty sure
that they make money.
They made so much money.
Yeah,
I think there's other stuff there like gems and stuff,
but they have advanced technology as well.
He's as rich, if not richer.
I think he's actually in a poll. He actually, I think, was put in at the richest. The richest one.
He's got ducats.
Yeah.
But he's an excellent fighter, and he's got the razor claws. Like I think old Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, how she's got those the claws, meow.
Yeah, he's got.
Imagine those two to fight. That'd be fun.
That would be
Black
cool.
Panther and Catwoman.
Crossover stuff. Yeah. No, but the other thing I want to mention that people have gone on about, and I'm very happy about, is that I was like, well, listen, I don't mind Captain America having a Civil War movie, but I was like, why not just call it Civil War? Like, why? Like why just do it as like a one? And then,
because
but
they didn't want it to be like an Avengers Civil War
type thing. But that being said, like I said, when I saw
Even
the
though
trailer,
it's still going to have pretty much everybody in it except for Thor and Hulk.
Yeah.
And
but what I was saying is, watching it, it's great because it's like, okay, this is a Captain America movie. They're not just advertising
it's
it
also
through
gonna be
Captain
him as the
America.
protagonist.
Yeah, which is great because that's the way you should go. I think even in the original book, everyone was pretty much rooting for Captain America to win. I mean, with all that was said and going on and whatnot, different situations, but still, people wanted him
One
to.
thing I think is stupid online is that people are already doing. You know how it used to be like the old fucking Twilight thing. Team Jacob or Team.
Oh, Team Stark, Team. Well, it's the same thing. It's
like,
the same thing with
which one
Batman,
are you
Superman.
gonna vote for? It's like, oh, give me a break. By the end of it, they'll all be friends again.
I hope
Maybe
so.
one of them will be dead. Like, I doubt it.
I don't know.
I don't think I'm saying that right now. Everybody on a couple of the forums I was reading, everybody was like, "Yeah, well, in the comic book, Captain America dies, so he's gonna die in this one." And I was like, "Yeah." Also, in the comic book, there's Doctor Strange involved. There's Hulk in space. There's like all this other shit that they're like. Spider-Man unmasking himself in the Civil War.
Imagine that.
He gets like the Iron Spider suit. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna be sticking close to the comic books on this one. Especially because they don't have any of the X-Men. They don't have any of like it's the Civil War, but it's like
it's mainly between.
It's like dumbed down. It's very diluted. It's very like there's far too much ice in the whiskey.
It's pretty much Captain America versus Iron Man. That's the idea. That's the main
using
thing.
it as like the Civil War thing is like the catalyst to kind of make them fight.
No,
I don't think everybody's been talking online and like. Oh, they're gonna stick to this and do that. I was like, I don't see them doing any of that shit. Like,
I don't know. Like, I think it's good because the way that they're at least now seeing a trailer and getting more of an idea of what they're doing as far as the story, it does make sense in the fluid nature of the MCU. They've had a lot of big fights by this point, a lot of collateral damage.
Yeah, it makes sense that they should be getting some repercussions here.
Yeah, or some limitations by or government or.
Why doesn't Tony Stark just use his cleanup squad that goes through and?
Because Tony's an idiot. I don't know.
they have that in like one of the movies. They talk about how he has a cleanup squad that come through and like fix everything.
Well, there is an actual squad like that in Marvel Universe. Is it not the Fixer Uppers in general? But it's not. But it's not run by Stark. It's something else, isn't it?
In the movies, they make in Age of Ultron, they make a joke to it. They make that side reference.
Oh, okay.
It's like an Easter egg thing.
Yeah,
and then the fact when he's fighting Hulk, he buys the building that he's about to destroy.
Yeah, like, there is, but not even that.
Insurance money.
Yeah, right.
Jarvis, buy that building, put a shit ton of insurance on it for like Hulk damage. Thank you. I'm richer. Like,
I'm pretty sure he would go to jail. No, sorry, that's embezzlement, Tony. But no, I don't know. But there's no, but there's yeah. So the act that it's called in the movie, it's literally named after the city that is destroyed in Age of Ultron that he uses as a basically man-made comet to destroy the world, basically. So I think that's cool. That makes sense. That feels fluid. So again, yeah, it's not obviously not a direct adaptation of the comic, but they're using what they want to do with the MCU and whatnot. But yeah, again, most excited to see Spider-Man. He's not going to look like Spider-Man though, right off the bat. He is going.
Yeah, I've heard that he's
going to look homemade.
Homemade costume.
I
think makes sense.
It's going to look more like what Andrew Garfield, I guess, started out with in the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, like where he's just got like a
ski mask and.
Yeah, I think that's the rumor anyway. And then after they help him out, yeah, I mean, that's okay.
The approach they're taking it where he's still young. Like, I want to see a still young Peter Parker, not like we saw young Peter Parker in like the first half of like the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, and then he's immediately like college and in his own apartment, and I'm just like.
I want it to feel natural, though. I want it to feel natural because, on the other hand,
Garfield like graduates in like the opening scene of like the second one. It's just like, but high school. Like, I want to see more high school Peter Parker.
But here's the thing, though. Like, I'm okay with seeing high school Peter Parker in the comics to some degree. But one of the other big things too is like he needs to grow and be an older Spider-Man as well. But I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't utilize that. I say at least do 3 movies taking place just in high school. Do another couple movies in college, and have there at least be a point where he's going to be an adult out of college,
totally different side note that we won't talk upon right here, but Vulture and Scorpion I think is an odd choice. But just let's keep going.
You believe those are the first two villains they're going to use in the new one? Okay, Vulture and Scorpion. I mean, they haven't been used before.
That's Billy Zane, I think, is supposed to be Vulture.
I don't know. I mean,
as far as I've heard and read, Billy Zane and the other one that's super disappointing is Scorpion. You know who they got for Scorpion?
I heard no. You're talking about that list that came out, and
yeah.
I think that was debunked.
That wasn't?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Jason Biggs. I just don't know what he would do as the Scorpion.
Yeah, I don't see him as the Scorpion at all. Well, the one thing, I want Hugh Laurie as fucking Jameson if they don't get the other guy back.
Oh, dude, I think J.K. Simmons has come forward and said he would do the role again in a heartbeat. And I'm pretty sure Marvel wants him to come back and would probably pay. But
I mean, we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, okay, well, overall, what were your impressions just in general with the trailer? Did you like it yourself?
I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But as I said, I feel like it's still like a teaser to start the excitement train. I don't think they didn't really spoil anything. Everybody knew that it's going to be Captain America versus Iron Man. And there was like, oh, well, here's the little plot as to why it's Captain America versus Iron Man. And then it's all just like, oh, he's my friend. I was too. Like,
yeah. No, Tony. You mostly
were
a dick to him.
Yeah, you were a dick to each other as much as you could be. Like,
yeah, and then half the reason, like, oh, they saved the world twice. Yeah, the other half was Tony's fault to begin with. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I do like the speaking of friend aspect. I'm glad that they're really making it like they're making it half Civil War and half like him just trying to help out Bucky, so that they can set up Bucky to take over the role later.
Falcon's costume with that red wings, and him actually doing some. He actually looks like he's gonna have some cool fight scenes instead of just like picking people up and dropping them, like scaring them for their life.
No, I definitely agree, and I love Anthony Mackie as the Falcon.
I'd like to see. Oh, what's his bird sidekick that actually he's like the Falcon? He actually has like the Falcon has a Falcon like sidekick.
You mean he talks to birds? Well, in the comics, in the comics, he can talk to birds in the 616 universe, right?
He's like, whatever. I'm getting sidetracked again.
No, but I mean,
I would like to see that little aspect.
I want to see more Falcon,
and like Ant-Man. I want to see Ant-Man's involvement.
Again, they're probably saving that for later because they also want to see.
Still, I think that he would be like Paul Rudd is funny.
Definitely.
He was that like dynamic to it where you've got all these characters that like most of them are like wicked serious characters. Like you look at Hawkeye, Black Widow, Tony Stark is the only one who kind of does some jokes, and right now he's going to be like kind of the pseudo bad guy.
Yeah.
So then you're missing the comedy to then bring in like Paul Rudd, especially Paul Rudd meeting Vision. I think would be hilarious because that scene would be like funny because Vision's all like Mr. Spock. Like being like, oh, logical and blah 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 blah, like mathematical and computer stuff, and Paul Rudd would just be like, yeah, I talk to ants, like
that's like half the great conversations in comics is stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
but I just think that aspect of it would be
no,
that could be a good scene.
I agree, and I definitely want to see that.
Or like them all running into battle and Ant-Man's on somebody's shoulder.
Dude, I would love that. There's a great scene. I haven't actually watched the episode, but I've seen it online in the animated series. I think Earth's Mightiest Heroes. They have a scene, and I know Hawkeye is going to be in this movie as well. There's a scene where literally, like, Hawkeye in the cartoon
shoots an arrow?
He shoots an arrow and has Ant-Man at the tip.
Oh!
And then when it goes, Ant-Man goes full size and punches the guy right in the face, pretty much.
That's like the old school, Colossus and Wolverine.
Yeah, if they could do that in live action, yeah, I agree with you. Just like Colossus throwing Wolverine, it'd be awesome.
That would be an epic visual.
Yeah, it would. All right. Anyway, so
Civil War. I give it like a B+ for a trailer. Well, I mean, it could be better. It could be worse. It's not bad, but you didn't see much.
No, but you're not meant to. It was a teaser. I saw enough to get me excited, and I can't wait to see what's next. Yeah.
Early. I'm pretty sure we'll end up seeing another trailer where they'll be like, "Oh, here's a little bit more.
Here's a little bit. Here's a little more leg."
We have villains in this movie too. Like, oh, it's crazy.
No,
Let's move on to Batman Superman here.
Okay, well, I just want to say, I definitely agree. Civil War trailer, I'm on board. Okay, Batman v Superman. This is, I believe, the final big trailer. Yeah, this trailer is very odd for me because I think it showed too much, but I'm so excited I don't care.
It's the hype train. They need to
Yeah. Well, you know what? What they're.
Well, that's what I'm saying about Civil War and everything. Like,
it's the beginning trailer.
You think the first trailer that came out for Batman Superman was like, oh shit, this movie's gonna happen. Here's a little tease.
Yeah.
And then it's like the little clips here and there, and like the set photos, and you're just like, oh shit, this is awesome. And now this is the big trailer to get everybody who hasn't been researching it online, like the people who aren't nerds.
Yeah.
Not looking shit up about it all the time online.
But
now it was on Jimmy Kimmel on TV, so everybody who's just like, oh, it's Batman and Superman, why should I get excited? Superman's gonna kick his ass. Oh, who the fuck is that big monstrosity? Yeah. Oh shit, Wonder Woman? Like,
see, okay, so there's two things. I think they're following a good advertising example, which I think is the Star Wars, which is you do the small teaser, which gets everyone like interested.
Yeah.
Then you have the bigger trailer, the second trailer being like really like the perfect one that everyone talks about and loves, which is what Batman v Superman. Yeah. Well, no. Well, that was the small teaser. The second one. The second one is the one that everyone was talking about where it's showing pretty much everything. It's showing Lex, it's showing Kryptonite, it's showing he's not our enemy, it's showing Bruce Wayne running into the smoke. I mean, it had everything that you wanted. And then this one, the third one, which is awesome, is all the money shots. What everyone...
Now throwing in Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
It's like what I was just saying.
Yeah.
It's like, now they're throwing in Spider-Man. Like, now they're throwing in Wonder Woman.
And they might even show Spider-Man in that final Civil War trailer. We don't know. But, like, it's really funny, too, because you said, and I agree with you, it's meant to be sort of like the big one that get everyone, the last big hurrah to get everyone who doesn't even care about it, like, into it. But only the nerds, I feel, would understand, like myself, would understand it fully.
Big bad
well,
bad guys.
Even that being said, some people are seeing it and being like, it's too soon for Doomsday. And I want to say here for the record...
Doomsday? I thought it was Abomination.
No, get out of here.
Sorry.
No.
I had to.
I admit the version that you see in that trailer looks very different from the comic version. That being said, I'm okay. When I first heard about even the rumor that Doomsday was going to be in this movie, I was like, it's too soon. And I agree in some capacity, in the wrong hands it would be. However, what I think is going to happen...
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
What you told me last night, your theory last night, I can go ahead and
say
it.
Alright, I'll say the theory. So basically the idea is going to be that Lex is going to be basically pitting them against each other the whole movie, and then he's going to realize that they're not going to hurt each other, they're going to be friends and allies, so he's going to be like, okay, I'm going to take Zod's DNA and manipulate it, and of course it's going to make an abomination that's going to be very powerful, and it's going to take the Trinity to take on Doomsday. So this is the thing, because everyone's like, well, no, because see, when Doomsday shows up, that means Superman's going to die, that's the end, and I'm like, no. Who
the fuck is saying that?
I'm just saying, like, that's what it means usually. When Doomsday shows up, like, that's it. Because in the comic, when Doomsday arrived, that was it. Superman died within 40 pages. He was dead. Like, I'm just saying, but that's the comics. Okay, but I love the DC animated universe, and I've watched Justice League, and in that version, now he didn't come back for later because they had already kind of done the Doomsday movie.
Doomsday and Wonder Woman have a whole history, do they not?
Doomsday and Wonder Woman?
Don't they? Like, I remember in one of those movies we were watching, she had like that whole wedding or whatever, where they were on Doomsday's planet, didn't they?
Doomsday's planet?
No,
no. Doomsday.
Completely different then.
No.
Never mind.
Nope, that's Gods and Monsters, and that's Darkseid. Darkseid is different than Doomsday. Okay. Anyway. So no, but in Justice League, Doomsday first shows up, manipulated Kryptonian DNA. Superman's not Zod's, but he shows up. He beats the living shit out of Superman, and then he gets captured. Like they beat him down and capture him, and put him away in the Phantom Zone. And that's what I think is going to happen, because the whole point that everyone had a big issue with was him killing Zod in the first movie. And now he's going to have another big enemy, except this time he's going to have the guidance of Batman and Wonder Woman helping him out, as well as helping him to defeat this monster. And then he's going to be like, well, I don't want this monster alive, but at the same time I can't kill, so let's banish him to the Phantom Zone. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to put him in the Phantom Zone, and it's literally going to set up later for Death of Superman, when that's going to happen. Not for a while. They're going to obviously want to do the Justice League movies, and once that's done, and they've had maybe one more Superman movie, like where he faces Brainiac or whatever, and then the third one's going to be Death of Superman, and it's going to be insane. Also, Doomsday as a creature evolves. So the final form that we saw there in the trailer is not necessarily going to be how he finally ends. Because what happens with Doomsday, this is at least the comics, he literally gets murdered by Superman, and that's it. Like Superman dies, killing him and saving everybody, and then Doomsday later comes back at some point and he can't be killed the same way twice. He literally evolves as a genetic killing machine. So I assume he's either going to evolve during the fight, or they're going to beat him, put him in the Phantom Zone, and then when the Death of Superman movie happens, he's going to come out and he's going to be fully evolved with like giant spikes and everything, and it's going to be insane. That's my theory. So, overall though, I loved everything else in that trailer. I loved the stuff between Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent where they're talking and basically making jibes at each other. It's hard to say.
I love the trailer a lot, and I really did like it. I'm sold on the movie now.
Yeah.
I'm sold on Batfleck. And the only thing that was just like, this is like grasping at straws.
No. Is it Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor?
Yes.
Okay.
He seemed. There's supposed to be a little bit of like a comic aspect to his character.
No, I understand.
But I feel like he was just being like, I'm gonna like, you shouldn't get in a fight with him. Like,
here's my theory, and this
like bobblehead character.
No. But here, I agree with you, because the first time I saw that trailer, I was like, what the fuck?
Maybe it's just that scene where he's overacting to be like, to try to like be the innocent, like the smart man acts the fool that we just like.
No. I mean, listen. There's choices that obviously Jesse Eisenberg made with the character to also differentiate between Kevin Spacey or Gene Hackman or even the animated stuff. Here's my thing though. Any version of Lex Luthor, both in comics, films, whatever, he's always psychotic. I mean, but he keeps it well hidden. And this is the thing, because you see the scene later where Lois is like, "You're nuts!" Like she's finding it out at the same time that everybody else is.
Yeah, kind of like, let me flick your face.
Yeah, basically like, oh, well, that's just a small word for people that don't see my genius. And it's like, no. And I'm sorry, that's a Lex Luthor quote. That thing he says to Lois and then just boops her head, like that's something Lex would do. And what I assume is going to happen is two major things, which is that Superman and Batman are going to affect Lex throughout the film to the point where he's going to, like, I assume Lex is going to lose his hair through some accident in the film, and then Bruce Wayne at the same time is going to make fun of his attire because he looks like a hipster through most of the movie, and then he's going to have the three-piece suit by the end of the film if he doesn't go to jail for releasing Doomsday. And he's going to become more the Lex that we're familiar with. Also, I think he puts off much like Bruce Wayne, he puts off a facade of being, like, hey there, hey, how's it going? I'm the guy that's selling you this new cool tech thing, but really...
Billy Mays?
Yeah. But
hey
really,
everybody, Billy Mays here with a new product! Have you got aliens trying to take over your planet? Here's new Krypton! No.
But no, really, like, but that's the thing, like, he secretly is crazy, because he sees Superman and he wants to destroy him as much as Batman does, if not more, but not because of, like, to save people, but because he sees him as a threat, and, like, I've worked so hard to build myself up and make this empire, and here comes this guy who gets it all genetically, like fuck that guy.
I love that line about, maybe it's me being from Gotham that we don't like people dressing up like clowns.
Yeah,
like it's like, oh, snap in your face! Like,
yeah, and Clark and him are just...
It's on!
Yeah, Clark and him are just staring each other down, and then Lex...
Ladies and gentlemen, with those words, it is on! Like...
No, but what I like is that, they show Lex to break the tension, and that he's more of like this go-getter type guy.
The whole little scene, though, is perfect with that.
It was great.
And you don't know if they... Obviously, we haven't seen the movie yet, so we don't know if they know who each other is yet.
Like, I mean, the way it's going to go down, we know that they're going to find out about the other guy's identity by the end of the movie. But we don't know if they both know at that time. Yeah.
And so it's like, you don't know if they're just being like, I think because they can be like.
I think that there's a chance that Bruce might know who he is. But maybe
he's not an idiot.
Yeah, but Clark.
He's like, oh my god! So when you take off the glasses, you're supposed to look different.
Shut up. But I think Clark may not necessarily know that Bruce is Batman. He just happens to be a coincidence of, like, Could you have any comment on the Bat vigilante situation? And then Bruce is just like, oh, okay, this is gonna be that kind of night. Well, here's my thought, Mr. Star Ace reporter, who somehow seems to get all of the nice, fun stories about Superman that nobody else can get access to for some odd reason, especially your girlfriend.
How do you get all those pictures of Spider-Man? You must be him. Oh, wait, no.
But yeah, overall though, like, I'm just excited. Like, okay, the trailer's a bit short to some degree on just, like, exposition, but I mean, honestly, like, it showed all the stuff I wanted to see. I'm sad to some degree that they revealed the Doomsday before us seeing it in theaters, as well as kind of revealing that neither one of them know that who Wonder Woman really is, or they thought that there was, like...
Yeah, that was funny, too.
Yeah. No, that was a great...
Is she with you? I thought she was with you.
You know what, though? I think it wanted to do two things. It wanted to give us the money shots that the fanboys
But
wanted.
like, that right there is... You always hate it, but like, that's like the Marvel humor. Like, that type of a scene right there...
Is Marvel humor,
is
yeah.
Marvel humor, where they're just like...
No. I don't mind humor.
This bitch, is she with you? It's like, I thought this bitch...
I don't mind humor. I'll get on that more, but like, yeah, that was the point, was to do the money shot and then to show that the film did have humor, because everyone's going on and on about it being like down, and it is dark and it is serious, but at the same time there is some levity. My thing is, and this is what I will say, one of the reasons why Winter Soldier is one of my favorite Marvel films is that it has humor, but it knows when to do it.
Yeah.
Like
it picks and chooses when it actually
Yeah.
is like appropriate, whereas it would just be forced.
exactly.
It's
Like,
also a good story that the like.
yeah, I mean, yes, granted, it's a well-written script, it's a great story, but it knew when exactly to use humor and when not to. Age of Ultron, which I like, too many
I
quips.
wasn't that big of a fan of Age of Ultron.
No, but I'm saying as far as, like, the jokes in Age of Ultron, like, there's just too many. Like, it's just too many goddamn jokes.
I have no strength to hold me down.
That's like-
Make
that's-
me fret, make me fret.
That's just like a stupid Disney reference, but I mean, you know, you've got, like, them all in that, you got them all in Hawkeye's cabin with his family, and Age of Ultron is, you know, getting together and making his army and destroying the world. And they're still making goddamn jokes, and it's like, no, guys, we're like literally in a shelter right now, waiting to figure out what to do. Like, now is not a time to make jokes about Captain America, like having issues with swear words. Like, guys, come on, just like grow the fuck up. Like, I don't know, that's how I felt.
Oh, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah, bye. See, I got my Ragnarok.
Like electro jacuzzi and do some weird scene that's not explained. Goodbye.
No, but honestly though, Civil War, Batman v Superman, I'm excited very much. I mean, obviously I'm DC, so I'm much more excited for Batman v Superman, but I think both movies are going to be great, and I can't wait for either one. Do you have any closing thoughts yourself?
I will say that trailer, like, you were watching it and I walked into the room halfway through it and then rewatched it.
Yeah.
But even just watching it, I was just like, oh shit, like, I had my hesitations because...
I can understand. Yeah.
Well, I didn't like Man of Steel.
I thought you did like Man of Steel, or no?
Not really. Like, Man of Steel, it wasn't my cup of tea too much.
Okay.
Superman is one of my least favorite superheroes.
Alright, fair enough.
We'll go into that later, but...
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know. He's just like a weird to have a movie around him because it's like, who could ever match him? Obviously in this one, he got fucking Doomsday. But, it's just, and plus, Batfleck there, like, I was hesitant. Ben Affleck.
No,
he's
same here.
grown
I
on
was.
me.
Yeah.
It's like I used to despise Leonardo DiCaprio as an actor, but now
Yeah.
he's actually become like a good actor. Like you can tell he's actually working his craft and like actually
Yeah.
becoming better.
I've never really officially hated Ben Affleck. It was the idea that
Argo.
No.
Argo, I started just being like, shit, he can actually like do stuff here.
Yeah.
Like,
But everyone would agree that like acting was like his least, you know, formidable
that's just
thing.
my opinion.
It was like,
It's just
at that point,
my-
writing and directing was what he was really, really good at. I mean, because he came into the field writing Good Will Hunting, and he
Yeah.
just happened to act in a few Kevin Smith movies and do stuff, and he can act well. But I guess,
Geely.
yeah. Oh God. But no, like I just love Batman so much. I felt I wanted a more seasoned actor. I guess that's the best way to put it. But honestly, I forget that Ben Affleck's been in the industry for a long time.
Knew that, like, to step in the bat boots there,
He had to step up his
he
game.
needed
Yeah.
to make sure that he did it well, or he would crash and burn.
Exactly, and
So-
and Kevin Smith has even said that multiple times in multiple interviews
Yeah.
that he knew the baggage that he was receiving while accepting the role. Not even just the fact that he's
But
already done Daredevil
After seeing
and all
this new
that.
trailer, I'm fully confident in the movie. I'm excited to actually go and see it.
Yeah.
Um,
If anything, it'll be fun to watch.
it'll be a fun roller coaster.
Yeah, dude. And again, like I said, I think Lex is going to get better as the movie goes along. We're going to see like him, like we already know Lex Luthor and what he is, but then the people in the movie are going to see him unravel. And the more and more he can't control the situation of the Superman or the Batman, he's going to become more and more like the Lex Luthor that we've all kind of grow up like knowing as he gets older and wiser, I guess. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. Okay, anyway, that's my last thought. I think both movies are going to be pretty awesome. Can't wait for them next year, as well as a bunch of other crazy movies next year. So, and that's it, I guess.
All right.
Anything
Bye.
else? You're
No,
good? Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Bye, guys.